What's happening, friends? Let's do another little VOD review. I don't remember why I saved this game specifically. I did play some Punisher in the beginning because I've just felt lately like I have to swap a lot. I don't always get to play Magik. Sometimes I have to play some support even or other DPS. I do get target banned quite often, so learning other heroes is definitely helpful. I might actually even do some VOD reviews of playing other characters if people find that useful. So right here, basically, I'm playing close to tanks. Shotgun on Punisher is actually insane for close range. I didn't want to play too far back because my tanks are keeping this high ground. Obviously, me dying here kind of unfortunate. We'll get split up from the team. But when we're pushing high ground like that, you just want to make sure you're staying close to your front line, especially against the BP. It's really easy to get picked off in the back. And even though I'm not a Punisher main and stuff like that, it's like I see so many Punishers on my team, they'll be so far back on the other side of the map while your team is pushing and they're just spraying your gun and nothing's dying and stuff like that. It's really unfortunate. I feel like you can't be afraid to get aggro. It doesn't really matter what character you're playing anyway. And just running down some supports. My front line is basically keeping their front line occupied, so I'm able to just kind of pick off a couple of squishies on the side with, I think that was my rocket with me, I already forgot. Yeah, this is when I realized we're double tank, which is really hard to out pressure, especially because it's Magneto's range, if I believe right. So if I'm playing Punisher, I'm just gonna get abused by this Black Panther, and I'm like, alright, I have a Psylocke, I have a Panther, this is probably a good time to hop on Magik. I think I blow my ulti here, and then I go straight to Magik. Especially if you have a BP and what is it? Fucking Psylocke. BP Psylocke on your team and you're playing Magik, it's pretty disgusting. Because if they make a mistake, they get to just TP back, and that's like such huge value. A nice little game freeze there, that's beautiful. So yeah, don't be afraid to be in there with your tanks. I mean, I'm just out here shotgun, like, shotgun does stupid amount of damage. Especially if it's, somebody like Thor, Venom, anything that's exposed without a shield, you can just mow them down with the shotgun. Penny too. Penny is really easy to kill, I feel like. I feel like Penny requires so much support from your team because if she kind of gets caught too forward, then she basically just explodes. Yeah, you see, I always try to destroy the Loki clones. It doesn't matter what I'm playing. I could literally be on Magik or whatever. I'm still gonna be trying to deal with those clones. They're just too good. They give him too much mobility. They also give him the setup of him dropping his little green circles that heal for a lot. It's a nice little snipe. uh, yeah, so they're down on the DPS, and you see as soon as they're down on DPS, I'm immediately just jumping in their front line, dropping Demon, applying tons of pressure, and especially with us playing Super Dive and having Magneto, like just getting a bow there was just insane. And we just clean up the rest. I think here we cap. Got a little stagger. So yeah, anytime you see an advantage, like player advantage, if somebody from the enemy team dies, and you have something like Magneto or maybe two more or, or even one more dive DPS, then you just like full send and try to apply as much pressure as possible. It's a little risky going for the magic pick there. I think I burned her cooldowns for BP to kill her, which is good. But if BP didn't dive that, I could have potentially died there. I don't think that dive was worth it, especially on magic, because another magic can most likely port out of your combo. I'm looking for an off angle here so you can pop ult, I heard penny ult, and I'll try to abuse their backline here. They're just not ready for me to drop down from the sky with my ultimate. And then we just clean up here on the back end. I don't think I don't think they had a contest here. I also think I saved this game because I felt like I was playing really, really bad, and we ended up almost like letting them run it back on us. So I figured there might be some key moments to talk about mistakes and things like that. Yeah, just standard stuff, brawl and point here. I tried to shut down their magic during the ultimate, but she just portals through and starts swinging. Alright, let's see here. Usually I'll play on this box down here on the bottom, but since my team is kind of stacked too, I think we're stacked because of potential strange TP, so I'm making sure that I'm with them in case we need to full on brawl. Can I go a little for a little side angle here? They do have the numbers advantage, so I'm trying to not overcommit too much. I mean, BP can because he's got PP back, he's got billion charges if he hits his marks. And then as soon as I see my opportunity during the chaos, we slide in, boom boom, we pick up the Luna, which is super important. They're just down to support and basically just clean up the rest here. This is also not a really good spot to sit and wait for an angle, for an off angle for the push. You can get a lot of picks from there. I see a lot of BP, even Psylocke players, they all use that spot. That death was definitely avoidable. I think I fucked around too much and I was playing too deep. So I shouldn't have been here because I didn't realize my teammates were that far back. So right at this point here, I should have never came back over here. I should immediately backed up because A, I know that my Magneto just used bubble. B, I don't see my teammates anywhere close here on the left side. And C, my cooldowns are kinda short. I mean, I have one portal and it's just starting the cooldown on the second portal. I have my E in 3 seconds, but I don't think E even comes up by the time I die. Yeah, so I basically have 0 portals and no E at the moment I died. So that's just something I should have personally paid attention to, and that was definitely a mistake I made. Overstaying a little bit too much. Obviously, they're rocket res, super clutch there for the moment. I can come straight back in. Yeah, trying to cover Panther as Magic is really, really difficult because he just has so much more movement than you. Like, if he's a decent Panther and he's hitting his marks, he just has infinite dashes, and he just keeps marking people. Okay, miss our combo here. We'll get the pick because she's by herself overextended. This little spot here is also really good too. Like sometimes they can see you, but sometimes they really can't, and I'll just pop out and I'll just like tap somebody. Like this map has a lot of good little spots. I think the bubble there was a bit of a waste, but I take the opportunity to just like get a side angle. I think I built some overshield. Okay, I ult here, but like everybody's literally already dead, so I just kind of wasted an ult. I think. Okay, so I'm popping ult, one person's dead, and then I go up in the air, and then just the whole team is dead. So that's probably not something you can avoid. I think it's just a timing thing. Definitely didn't catch a good timing on my ultimate there, but good on my team for popping off, you know, doing their thing. Okay, so not sure what's happening here. I think the Psylocke forced their ulti there. Luna ult. Okay, we got a Loki pick, but I think I'm gonna die to Nemo Fish. Okay, no, we get both. I feel like I should have killed that Strange. The second charge here is definitely a little probably too deep. They have 30 seconds and no bubble, no cooldowns again. I'm playing super, super greedy. Like, playing like this can pay off, but playing like this can also set you back really far. A little Panther duel here. I think it was around here where things started going downhill. Here I'm definitely dead. I should be dead 100%. This is such a bad spot for me to be in. Unless I get that pick, then... Okay, Luna dies. They pop Loki ult for Luna. Yeah, I should have definitely... hitting that would have made a huge difference, to be honest. Because now he's just running Rampart and everybody else is just running it down. So not much can be done here. We get a little stagger, we go back in. It's just not enough. Loki totem healing, they have their cooldowns, sitting on high ground. So here, since my team is not here yet, we have to just regroup. This happens a lot in solo duo queue or just like in general with randoms. People just stagger all the time and just never get a chance to regroup. So here, usually on this point, okay, we get a little free pick, that's nice, but I'll try to play this angle here on the stairs. Alright, let's talk about this ultimate. This ultimate was probably ambitious, like pretty ambitious, because I'm sitting on half HP, okay, and popping ult here at half HP is definitely not ideal, because by the time I swing and I build overshield, I could easily die here. I am on a super like off angle, so realistically, nobody should be looking at me because my teammates are fighting on the point. So maybe I can pop out here and just start swinging, but unfortunately, me and Sai didn't time their ults, because if I ulted here and I forced Luna ult, and then Sai waited and then Sai ulted, or vice versa, if we communicated that, like, this team fight would have been super free. I mean, obviously we're winning anyway, so like, that's cool. But that's such a big thing, right? Because if I save my ult, or like let's say I pop my ult, right? I pop my ult and force their Luna ult, and since we're already winning, there is a world where Sai wouldn't even have to ult here. Which means they won't have Luna ult, and then for the next fight, Sai can pop her ult, and that gives us basically a big advantage on 2 different fights, and we could potentially win 2 different fights instead of blowing our ults and just winning 1 fight. Yeah, realistically, Loki might have his Luna ult for next fight, but even then, that's still big. Even in a Luna ult, a Sai can still catch somebody off the Luna ult, or somebody alone in the Luna ult and still like 2-shot them. So communicating something like that to your teammates and your randoms is like super important. This game kind of feels like a stomp, but I also, even just looking back at it now, like, I just feel like I'm playing so poorly. I'm having a lot of deaths that I shouldn't be having, and I'm also we're forcing full dive here into Loki, Nemo. Magik is fairly good to deal with dive. Obviously, it's super hard for you to hit your dashes and stuff, but just like covering your teammates, dropping demons, stuff like that, it just helps a lot. Okay, they're playing super split. The main reason I get this Luna pick here is because look at their team. Like, everybody's on high ground, which, okay, I guess you guys are trying to take high ground, but your Luna is here. Guys, just please stop doing this to your supports. I mean, It happens with my team. It happens on the enemy team. It just nobody ever covers the supports. Everybody's complaining about no healing, and then this is what happens to them. Could she hit a snowball here and freeze me? Yeah, sure, maybe. Could I die off of this panther in my back with a snowball? Maybe. Either way, a Black Panther peeling for his support is just like not enough. Like maybe it's a communication issue, maybe it's just like having randoms issue, but just if you're gonna play as a team, you have to play as a team. Like the smallest amount of comps make the biggest difference. And it happens so often that it's super frustrating because I personally have to feel support sometimes. And I will be screaming in my mic, BP on me or whatever on me for like 5 times, and nobody on my entire team will turn around to peel. And then they'll say, oh, well, where's the healing, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So, like, always try to cover your supports. Or at least make sure that if you can't cover them, then they're somewhere nearby where you can. So here, I think here they're a little bit too distracted. So see, instead of me brawling these guys, I just see this kid and me. He's like a big open grass field, and I'm ready to just run straight through it. I think if he played up here on the other side, further away, this would probably been safer for him because me having to cross through all these people could have been a bigger challenge. But him patting here backwards in the middle of the open where nobody else can cover him, that's a small positioning thing that just like immediately recognize and just go straight for it. Here I'm just spamming demons on the Loki clones and the totems as much as I can. Couldn't really hit the dash. So I think here at this point, do I instantly die? Okay, I died. So maybe like a second before. So I have charge in 7 seconds. Here, ideally, as soon as I see this kid up top, I think I should have dove him. I think I should have maybe even left the point. I forget how many people we have here, but this might have been a good opportunity for me to go behind this box, wait out like 4 or 5 seconds, and then just dive and kill this kid up top. Because then they're down to support, Luna's still running back, and even if Luna gets back on time, then it's still one support. Because me swinging here doesn't really do much. I'm just trying to brawl and looking for some kind of opportunity to make something else happen. But I think that this guy might have been the opportunity. And yes, he can TP down here, but then he's not here. So I'll just drop down from high ground, and then I'll try to kill him on point by the time Luna gets back. So yeah, I think it's just... Okay, so we have a tank in BP. I think the BP went to dive him. I'm not sure what happened there, but yeah, I think that would have been a good timing for an opportunity to pick off one of their supports here. Okay, so we catch them in a little corner. Okay, I get a nice cover from my team here. It took a second. I'm a little mauling because I'm like so ready to pop my ult and go in. Okay, so yeah, see, even my comms, so like I just know what's gonna happen. It just happens all the time. You force Luna ult, and then every other DPS is blowing ult, and then you just guys are just wasting ults. But what's really good about forcing ults is that you're staggering that ult with somebody else's ult, meaning Luna won't have ult for Psylocke, or Luna won't have ult for BP, and then as it keeps rotating, the Psycho might even hit to where, let's say, Psylocke ults and she force Luna ult, and then I have my ult, and just keep staggering the support ults. They're the most important, like, survivability ults. So yeah, that Psy ult was just really worthless. I mean, we already won the team fight. I think that there's 7 seconds. Do we win here? I think we just win. But either way, even if we don't win, yeah, I mean, maybe she just popped it because we're winning here. But yeah, if we weren't winning there, for sure having Psy ult for next team fight, and then them not having Luna ult is just basically GG anyway. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at here. I definitely feel like even when I was playing this game, I felt like I was performing really poorly, even though it seemed like we were doing really well. I think that was mainly because teammates were just also doing their thing. But yeah, I'm trying to get currently out of Elo Hell. I do want to make some I do want to do more of these. The only problem is it's like low GM. Most of the games are, I want to say that like 95% of the games are so one-sided that it's kind of hard to do a VOD review or even any kind of guide because there's just nothing to talk about. Like you play well, you lose. You play bad, you lose, and then doesn't matter how you play, you'll get just one of those lobbies where you just win anyway. So I feel it just like it's really tough to like record and talk about those games because it's just so one-sided like almost all the time that it doesn't even come down to individual thing. I mean, I'll say maybe like 1 out of 15 games you have a close matchup in players to where whoever is basically playing better wins, but the majority of the time is just it's pretty bad, so at least for right now. So we'll see how the games go, and I'll definitely upload more of these soon. I do have a couple saved, and I'll see you guys in the next one.